Well, good morning, folks. It's the real Captain Kirk here. It's the 24th of August, day 160 remote. For those of you that like countdowns, we're only about 29 days and 45 minutes away from the start of fall, at least according to the sun. According to meteorologists here, actually fall is only about a week away. End of August is the end of meteorological summer here. A couple weeks ago, I spoke to the Allergy and Asthma Network folks here, talking about our fall and winter outlook as it relates to what's going to happen here with allergies and asthma and COPD and even flu, and with some implications here for the COVID season. So again, worth checking out this link here as about an hour-long webinar, but again, a lot of good information here for the pharmaceutical industry on what we think is going to happen here a year ahead. Looking at summer here, again, according to meteorologists, that's 1 June through the end of August, so we're just about in the history books here. 0.7 degrees warmer than last year, making it the warmest in 4 years, fourth warmest in 35 years, and much above average national temperatures. Cooler spot, if there is one, is more of the southeast, where south central, where it's been more typical, maybe even Oklahoma City, they're actually a little bit below normal. Looking at precip here on the left here, driest in 8 years, 16th driest in 35 years with below average national precip. 54% of the U.S. is now in dry to drought phases, so that's way up over last year. Tornadoes are actually down 4% below average and down 23% versus a year ago, and obviously the tropics are just off the scale here, most active in 165 years. 13 named systems, so just an epic start to the hurricane season in the Atlantic. And we've got 2 things to worry about here this week. Tropical Storm Marco, fortunately, has been sheared apart here. It was a hurricane, has been sheared, encountered some southwest shear, so it's just going to be a tropical storm as it goes through the Louisiana coastal area there here and here today, tomorrow, and kind of weaken. The bigger storm to be concerned about is still, again, just Tropical Storm Laura going around Cuba. It is expected to become at least a Cat 1 hurricane, and some models actually about 5, so they could become a Cat 2, Cat 3 as it approaches western Louisiana here. We get to late Wednesday night into Thursday. So again, something to watch. Again, certainly going to be some tidal surge. This is one of my favorite groups, the CIRA Coastal Emergency Risk Assessment folks do an assessment of tidal surge. So those reds areas, they're showing upwards of 10, 11, 12-foot storm surge. That's not waves, that's just the water lifting up. Fortunately, the Louisiana coastline and where some of the major cities are well inland, so probably not going to be too big of a concern for some of the big areas like around Lake Charles. And again, looks like this one's going to pass well to the west of New Orleans, fortunately. But again, certainly some 5, 6, 7-inch plus rainfall to contend with as we get into the Wednesday, Thursday time frame. We are by no means out of the woods yet. We think, as do many organizations now, think this will be the most active season since 2015. We've been saying that for over a year now. And we're well on our way here. Louisiana was one high-risk area, southeast Florida, and New England. We're still very, very worried about southeast Florida and the east coast, New England, for a major threat, hurricane threat here, as we get into the peak of the hurricane season. So we are not out of the woods by any means, anywhere along the east coast, really. This week, 24 through 30 August. Again, hard to believe August is about to be in the history books, but it's going to go on the warm side. 4 degrees warmer than last year nationally, number 1 warmest in 35 years, so much above average national temperatures almost everywhere except maybe extreme New England. Wettest in 3 years, again, thanks in part to these tropical systems, making it 3rd wettest in 35 years with a swath of 5+ inch rainfall there in Louisiana. So it's much above average national precip. Hard to believe here, but Labor Day out there around the 7th, so we're getting toward the end of summer here, unfortunately for some of us. 2.3 degrees colder than last year, so kind of a cool start here to September. 16th coldest in 35 years with below average, pretty much confined to that central U.S. and New England. Very, very hot out west. Number 1 wettest in 35 years, much above average. And again, we're getting into the peak of the hurricane season, typically peaks mid-September, but obviously we think it's going to go all the way through October. So pretty catastrophic season, we believe, here for the next couple months. So again, stay on guard here because we think it'll be pretty epic, to say the least. 2-week world aggregates here for the latter part of August into early September. Cool, you would say, maybe in the central U.S., hot west, cool in Europe. Again, much of the rest of the world pretty much on the warmer than average side here. Not sure about you, but I think most of us have been working in our backyards and on our homes. At least if you look at the home center sales, they're off the scale here, right? So we're all putting in pools and fences and playing in the backyard. My little one, I think, has been every phase of princess that you can think of. I didn't know there were this many princesses and Disney princesses, but she's been pretty much all of them. And one of our favorite places to go here when you can't go far is Ocean City, Maryland. So she just absolutely loves it. In case you can't tell, here she's Belle in this particular shot here. I think the folks on the Sea Rocket know her by name, at least by her costumes. Saw a lot of dolphins. Saw about 32 bottlenose dolphins. Again, just a few feet off the shore here. So it was pretty neat to see all the marine life out there. And again, my little one just absolutely loves the ocean and the waves. So some summer, again, we think of very much an extended fall season. So you may actually be able to go to the beach here all the way through October here, at least along the East Coast. So again, something to look forward to. So with that, folks, we hope you have a great week, and we will be back here this time next week.